Miami Heat Nation. Hello, guys. My name is Trent, and over here we are going to be covering the Miami Heat's off-season and heading into next year. So, guys, if you support the Miami Heat or your favorite team is the Miami Heat, make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Now, in today's video, we do have 3 segments that we are going to talk about. The first segment is Bleacher Report suggesting that the Heat should sign Dennis Schroder to back up Kyle Lowry. 2, obviously, we're going to be talking about Bam Adebayo's recent workouts of him developing a mid-range, a better mid-range, and him stepping out to the three-point line. And 3, should the Miami Heat sign Carmelo Anthony on a vet minimum? Now, before we do start that, I do want to say I appreciate it so much that we hit 1,000 subscribers. Y'all mean the world to me. And if y'all want to interact with me or talk to me, make sure you go follow my Instagram at Top Notch Reports. The link will be in the description. Now, to start it off with Carmelo Anthony. Now, Carmelo Anthony is currently still free agent. He is 38 years old. Last season, he did play for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, honestly, guys, on the offense end, he didn't have a bad season. He still provided 13.3 points a game, shooting 44% from the field, 4.2 rebounds while shooting 37% from the three-point line. Now, also, I do want to say Carmelo Anthony at times during that season was probably one of the best players when LeBron James was hurt. He was providing a lot of scoring coming off the bench. Sometimes when he even hit the starting lineup, he was just doing pretty good. Now, the reason why he's remaining a free agent is because, 1, he is 38 years old. He is getting old, and his defense is horrible. But when you look at the Miami Heat's bench, you got Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, depending if he starts or come off the bench with Tyler Hero. You got Yurt7, which he still needs to be developed. So I do expect him to have a big year, but just don't know yet. You got Nikola Jovic. Not really expecting much from his first season. You got Duncan Robinson, and you got Victor Oladipo with Dwayne Dedmon. When you look at that bench, it is deep, but there isn't really a main scorer. Unless Gabe Vincent takes that, huge leap and Victor Oladipo turns into that Indiana Pacers leap, there's not much scoring, and that's what we really need to help out Jimmy Buckets. And I understand Carmelo Anthony isn't the greatest on the defensive end, but he can definitely help us out in scoring. And obviously, we can play zone when he's in there. That's what they did with Duncan Robinson. He comes in for 10 to 15 minutes and just gives us a burst off the bench. Why not cheap deal? Because obviously, we do need to make some moves. And he can play that small forward, power forward position. Not saying replacing PJ Tucker, but we do need those type of bodies off our bench. So let me know in the comment section how do you feel about that. Number 2, Bleacher Report has suggested the Miami Heat should bring in Dennis Schroder and sign him to a 1-year, $6.5 million. Now, personally, how I feel about it, I don't like the idea because obviously we already have Gabe Vincent, and I think Gabe Vincent will take that next step. Believe it or not, I believe he's on his final deal, and I'm pretty sure he wants to return to the Miami Heat. So he's going to have a nice season, hopefully. Like, there were some games where he had some big spurts where he can score tons of points. I just feel like he just wasn't aggressive enough, but I feel like this offseason he's going to be, working on his game obviously more, and he already made it known that, like, I'm a rotational piece in this NBA, and I feel like he wants to be more. He wants to be a starter, obviously. Who doesn't want to be a starter? And I feel like he's going to give Kyle Lowry some work in training camp. And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't mind Gabe Vincent starting. So that's the reason why I wouldn't want Schroder in here. I feel like it'll affect Gabe Vincent's development. Now, if Kyle Lowry does get traded, maybe you do bring in Dennis Schroder. He's a solid player. Played for the Houston Rockets. Averaged about 11 points, 39% from the field, 6 assists. He could put up some big games, obviously. But right now, at the moment, I'm fine with Gabe Vincent being our backup point guard. But also, you guys let me in the comment sections, how do you feel about that? Now, the third segment is obviously our second best player on this team, and that's Bam Adebayo. I've been watching a lot of workout videos with him, and he's stepping out and shooting the 3. Now, last season, he did say he's going to start shooting more 3s, and I believe he shot 0 3s. So, hopefully, this year, he's working on that because he needs to expand his game. He needs to be more aggressive, especially if we don't land a Kevin Durant or Donovan Mitchell. We need him to be that guy that can give us 25 and 10 because if he can do that, that's honestly going to be huge for the Miami Heat, and I'm not going to be too worried with not getting those superstars. So hopefully he continues to work on that shot. That's all he really needs to do. Be more aggressive, work on that mid-range. Don't be as streaky as he was this year. Attack the rim, be a great defender as he is. And I feel like this Miami team shouldn't be as bad as everybody's thinking. So that's the segments to talk about today, man. Like I said, I appreciate all support. I'm going to continue to drop bangers for y'all. Miami Heat on top. I love you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram at Top Notch Reports again. And I'm out. Peace.